Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Thursday, July 18th. Market's down today across the board. Dow down, NASDAQ down, S&P down. Yesterday I bought some NVIDIA at 117. That was a pretty good buy level, at least for now. It's back up above 121. I bought Meta at, I believe it was like 487 or something like that. So there's stocks to buy. And I hope this is, I was talking about this last week, I think, that, well, maybe I sent this out. I'm hoping that we have a pullback going into that mid-August quarterly interest payment, that August 15th quarterly interest payment, because that's going to be a big leading flow. And it looks like that might be happening right now. But that's not what I want to talk about. I saw another one of these, some of these headlines are just funny because they flip-flop from day to day. So yesterday there was a headline that said, dollar is crashing because I think it was related to Trump or something like that. And a lot of people are making bets on Trump policy right now. And I talked about this, I think, yesterday. I wait until the actual policy is enacted. And then I understand the impact to the economy, the economic impact to policy, because I have an understanding of the financial system and how it operates, not like all these monetarists with their single variable and very, very misinformed and misguided understanding. So I wait. I said that yesterday. Like even Fed meetings, I don't even watch them. Like I could be out fishing, I could be out doing something else, which I usually am. I don't even pay attention to them. So I wait, and I know a lot of people are making bets right now on what the economic landscape, what the investment landscape is going to look like, because I guess people assume that Trump's going to be elected, and he probably will be. But I just wait to see what policies are enacted, and then I have the correct understanding of how that's going to impact economic growth and trends and stuff like that. So I'm not rushing right now to front run, to front run the Trump presidency. But anyway, I got off track. So I saw this thing about yesterday. The headline was "The dollar's crashing," and I think it was related to something about Trump. All right, tariffs or so. I don't know. So today I saw a different headline saying the dollar's surging. So yesterday it was crashing. Today it was surging, okay? So, I mean, you gotta, you just have to sit back and you have to look at this stuff and laugh. Because the media, basically, if you don't get it by now, I mean, they just need to fill up space on a page, on a website, or in a broadcast or something like that. I mean, they don't know what they're talking about. I told you I was at Fox News for 10 years, even before they created Fox Business. We just had a business unit within Fox News, and I sat on panels with idiots who didn't know anything about economics or policy. And, even some of these people, I've recounted many stories from my days at Fox with like David Stockman and other people, high-placed people in policy. Fed people, stuff like that, economists, well-known economists, and just like, so they don't know. It's just they're filling up space. And as I've said here so many times, everything is viewed through the lens of monetarism, which they don't even understand. But anyway, here was the thing. It was one day, yesterday it was the dollar crashing, today it's the dollar surging. So which is it? I've been telling you guys that the dollar is bullish. I'm going to give you a very, very macro, broad reason why the dollar is in a bull trend. Okay? And when I say this, you're going to think I went nuts or I had a stroke or something, or I lost my mind. And I'm going to say it on purpose in the craziest way that I could say it And then I'm going to tell you why that's true. But the way I'm going to say it right now, you're going to think, Mike's crazy, man. What the heck is he talking about? And so, but first, before I say it, you know, that everybody who's bearish on the dollar, you get a lot of these, you know, these hard money types and these gold bug types and these Peter Schiff kind of people, and they're all, you know, they're printing money, they're printing money, they're printing money, right? I haven't done that to Jim Rogers. Now I'm going to tell you that the reason why the dollar is is bullish is because they're printing money. That's right, I said it. The dollar is in a bull trend specifically because the U.S. government is printing money. Well, don't actually, it's not really printing, but they're spending. They're you know, transfers, leading flows. And this is the reason why. Because the United States government runs these, now they've been running massive annual budget deficits, okay? And I don't like to use that word deficit because it has a negative connotation. So what it is massive annual transfers. What that does is it just enriches the system, the global financial system, with dollars, to the point where, you know, dollars are ubiquitous. They're everywhere in the world. If you go, there's dollars. They're highly liquid. They're backed by a relatively stable system, the United States government. And so the very fact that the government print, and I'll use the term print, even though it's stupid and I hate to use it. Oops, that was not an earthquake. I kicked my stand. I'll use the word print because I think it's going to hammer home. I have to hammer home using their terminology against them. All right? So because of the fact that the government prints trillions annually, all right, the deficit's been running well over $1 trillion since the COVID pandemic. And basically, the U.S. government has always run deficits. It's the net spender in the global system. And because of that, the system, the global financial system, is literally filled up, what's a better term? Just flush with dollars. Like it's just liquid, a vast pool of dollars that enable commerce and transaction and clearing and the ability to net save. If somebody wants to net save, it doesn't matter where they live. They can live in Thailand, they can live in Africa. If they want to net save in dollars, the system is filled up globally with dollars. It's very easy to conduct business, to conduct trade, to clear transactions, like all this stuff, to net save in dollars. If it was hard to save in dollars, they'd be looking for a different alternative. I mean, it's hard to save in Chinese yuan, okay? It's hard to save in, I don't know what, pick any other currency. It's just not enough float out there. So the system, because it's flush, it's filled up, it's totally liquid with dollars, it just makes it really, really easy and convenient for the global financial system to operate with dollars. I think you can all understand that. That shouldn't be hard to understand. Like, if you have a global economy, which is what it is, and you need some medium of account, some, unit of account, and some means of settlement and transaction, then you want to go to the thing that is the most liquid and the most ubiquitous, and that is the US dollar. And as much as the United States government, our, idiots in Washington have tried to destroy this system, which they have, okay, with all these sanctions and things like that, and weaponization of the dollar. I mean, they've literally gone out of their way to try to destroy it. Nevertheless, it exists, and it exists even bigger today than it was before all these sanctions and everything. And I point to the fact that foreign holdings of U.S. debt, Treasury securities, is at an all-time record high. And actually, if you look at that trend, it just keeps going up and up and up. And the reason for that is the dollars are put there in the global system as a consequence of government spending. So it floods the system with dollars. Everybody's happy to use it. It's easy. It's convenient. They don't have to go out of their way and figure out some way to use the yuan, which the Chinese government restricts. And it really doesn't float freely. And, you know, the euro, it's up to the ECB. And you know, sometimes they're behind. And sometimes they're imposing conditions. So, like, for me anyway, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's easy to understand. And until some other country or system comes up with a way to supplant that, an alternative, and it's not going to be Bitcoin. I have nothing against Bitcoin, and I've always said that over time, Bitcoin is probably going to go up. It's finite, the amount of Bitcoin. I guess they, you know, what can they do? They do splits or something. I don't know. I don't personally own any Bitcoin. I don't follow it that closely. But the mere fact that it's finite, it's not going to work, man. It's like a gold standard or like a fixed exchange regime where if something is finite, if it's limited, then by definition, it limits either the ability of economies to grow because you need that unit of account to do transaction and clearing and stuff like that. So it either limits the ability of economies to grow, or by definition, some people have it and some people are going to get squeezed out of the system because there's only so much to go around, right? I gave one time the example of a pizza. You order a pizza, it's got 8 slices. You got 8 people at your house. Fine, everybody gets a slice. You got 4 people, everybody gets 2 slices, right? But now, some more people come over. Instead of 8 people, another person comes over. Now you got 9 people, you still got 8 slices. So what do? Somebody doesn't get a slice, or everybody gets a smaller slice. Now another person. So this is growth. The people coming over, you know, the party's growing, and you only have that one pizza with 8 slices. So some people are not going to get a slice, or everybody's going to get a smaller slice. You can't, you know, global economy, if it's in a growth, and I've always said that economies are growth functions, okay? I mean, as long as population, I mean, it's growth function to the point where our resources run out. I'm talking about real resources: water, clean water, air, minerals, natural resources, human brain power, stuff like that. When that runs out, when those things run out, I mean, you can't grow. It doesn't matter how much pizza you got there. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this is it. So every time I see the dollar down, and especially when I see people, you know, jumping on that, that's the key. When I see them jumping on that, and when they're like, oh yeah, the dollar's gonna crash because they're printing money. I love that, man. That's like, I jump in when I see stuff like that. When I see people out there and I see headlines blaring like, you're printing money and the dollar's gonna crash, man, I'm in there buying. And that's the way it's gonna be until some other thing comes along. And it's not about, you see, it's not about the supply. I've spoken about this before because somebody, maybe one of you might say, well, Mike, what about, you know, isn't it supply and demand? If there's more dollars in the world, isn't that gonna push the dollar down? And you don't understand that the quantity of dollars is dictated by the demand for dollars, right? It's endogenous. Like the dollars are created because people need them to transact and clear and save and all that stuff. So it's like, it's not really like, if you're thinking about it like, oh, the government just sits there and says, oh, we're just going to print a bunch of money and put it out. That's not how it works. It's created as a function of people needing it, okay? Either through the political system or obliquely through the financial system, through the banking system, okay? So like, people go to bank, they get a loan because they see opportunity, whatever. They want to expand their business. They want to, buy a house or do something, invest in somewhere. That creates credit, but it also creates reserves, dollars. It creates dollars. Government has to put it in there because that's the way the banking system is set up. So I know it sounds crazy. A lot of you are going to say, like, he's really crazy, he doesn't know what he's talking about, blah, blah, blah. So what else is new? I mean, that's how it happens. That's how it is. You got a system in the world right now, and I don't see it going away anytime soon because I don't see anybody else lining up, getting ready to supplant this with the same structure as what is already in place. Now, if the U.S. government decides to pull back and make dollars hard to get, which again, they tried with all these sanctions and everything, but the deficit spending, the net flows, I'm not supposed to say deficit, that's stupid. The net flows are so gigantic, it's just filling up the global financial system with dollars, and it just makes it so easy. Like, if you're a customer, like, why is Amazon so successful? Everyone's going to understand this. Why is Amazon? I mean, you could go down to your local shop or whatever. You could buy things, or you can go to 6 different places and buy the things you need. Why is Amazon so successful? Because they make it easy to buy. You don't have to move off your couch, and it's there the next day. Everything you need, any kind of item. You don't have to go to 10, 15 different stores or something like that. Everything, and it's there. Sometimes it's there the same day. Amazon explains why the dollar is going to stay in demand for the foreseeable future. It makes it easy to do business, to transact, to clear, to save in a currency that's stable, backed by a stable system, which is accepted pretty much everywhere. You can't trash that. I mean, you're crazy if you trash that. That would be like trashing Amazon. We all use Amazon. We all use it for the simple reason that it makes our life so freaking easy. Come on. So yeah, that's how it works, folks. And again, look, I forgot again to say, please like and subscribe. If you've already done that, because somebody told me if you already click like and then you click it again, it's going to take the like away. So if you've already done like and subscribe, that's great. Thank you. Leave it like that. If you haven't already done like and subscribe, please do it. All right? That's it for today. Don't forget, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com. Sign up for a 30-day free trial to MMT Trader. I mean, I had a couple of stocks, big profits today. One of the home builders that I gave out last week, or I've been giving out now for a while, D.R. Horton, up 14% today on a stock, big pop. I talked about NVIDIA, which I bought the other day at 117. Meta, like I give out. I put out a lot of stock recommendations if you're interested in that. All right, that's it, folks. See you tomorrow. Bye.